Friday at 7 o'clock. Next hour, it's a new addition to the home show. We're going to be in the kitchen. John Florell will be here. We have a brand new grill. Girls Who Grill, that's going to be me. And then we will have your last look at our today's special. But speaking of last looks, FixMeStick has been one of my personal fan favorites, and certainly I'm not alone when I say we're not inviting people into our homes because it's a no-contact world, but so we're online. And what we are inviting into our homes, and specifically on our computers, our tablets, are things that can mess up our life. Just last week, I had somebody pretending to be my bank, and had I gone to that website, they would have stolen, you know, all of my mortgage information. So it happens. Well, FixMeStick does what your antivirus programming cannot. Now, it's kind of like Dr. Jablo. It's interesting, we just had our dentist to the stars. We brush our teeth every day. That's your antivirus programming. We want to go to the dentist or the hygienist for that deep clean. That's what FixMeStick is all about. Because unlike your virus programming, this will scan 100% of the files, find the bad stuff, and not quarantine it. That's what a antivirus programming does. It's kind of like your kids or your grandkids where you give them a timeout. That is not what FixMeStick does. Scans 100% of the files, and it removes, let me say that again, it removes, it takes the bad stuff away forever. Now, everywhere else that FixMeStick is sold, and they are genius, they are a one-of-a-kind product, they sell one license, one computer, 1 year, $59. We are doing a lifetime of use. And by the way, the 1,600 that we have available, that is it for the Forever service, if that makes sense. So as we move forward, you know, we're gonna have to put a cap on, you know, the service. It won't be the Forever one. Then, for no additional cost, for basically, we are including something called the StartMeStick. Everybody, I think, watching the show has had a dead battery before. Well, this will revitalize, it will bring to life any computer, if it's had like I'll make a car analogy, like a dead stick, you can't, you know, go on the internet, you can't surf. It does it, but it does it in a safe way. So remember, these are the final quantities. Jared, can you give me the official count in terms of how many we have left? Okay, we may show it just to kind of put the value in perspective. Thank you. The 1,600 that we have are the life of these lifetimes of service, if that makes sense. So Joe Harrison, I always say he's my brother from another mother. I love him so much. I miss seeing you in person. Of course, we're so lucky that we can do these shows via Skype. But I always joke with Joe, he really is a computer expert. In fact, Joe has more computer engineering degrees than I care to even mention, as I'm sure your family would tell you. But you actually built viruses. That was part of your training mechanism when you were going through your multitude of degrees in college. So Joe, I'll defer to you. Let's talk a little bit about the FixMeStick story and the StartMeStick and why it's so important to have this exclusive and limited bundle, because I know they sell it for more stuff, but let's talk about what it does.
Oh, you're exactly right. When I went to the Ohio State University and studied computer engineering, they did teach you how to make a virus. And every day, it takes about 5 minutes to make a virus. And they're literally factories of people just sitting in there starting to type away and then have all these viruses back and they're ready to attack your system. But what we're giving you today is something that's going to protect that system. It's actually kind of a two-pronged approach here. First thing is, it's StartMeStick. And I love, love, love StartMeStick because we have a lot of dead computers in our house. And as you buy a computer, it's got your information on there. You don't want to just throw it away and give it to somebody. Like this is a Dell, today's special Dell I sold 6 years ago. The screen's great, the hard drive's great, everything's great, but the software has just, it's gotten bad over time, and I can't boot it up anymore because it's an old version of Windows. So what do I do with this? I don't want to throw it away, but what you can now do is you take the StartMeStick, and I'm going to show you how simple this is. Because to me, this was a dead Dell until I got StartMeStick. I just insert that into my USB port on the computer, and I turn it back on. Now, when I do that, that StartMeStick is actually its own little mini computer. It has its own hard drive. It has its own operating system, has everything right there. It's going to boot up that Dell again and allow you to get online, check your email, watch Netflix, do all the stuff that you love to do on those computers. There it is right there because I put the StartMeStick in. And just to show you, I've got this one, as you're watching this here, as you're bringing your computer back to life, you can do all the fun stuff that you love. You know, is it getting on Facebook? Is it checking your email? Do you need to bank online? Do you want to watch Netflix? Those old computers that we just have sitting in our garage or in the back room, you can now bring them back to life. And because you're not downloading anything to the computer, it's going to keep all those viruses, keep all those Trojans, keep all that malware off of your system. So it makes it really a stronger way to be able to surf online, to be able to get back online. Now, this was my 6-year-old Dell. This was the last gateway I sold. And a lot of people, you guys know me as Gateway Joe. That's how I started here 15 years at HSN. This was the last gateway I sold in 2012. I didn't want to get rid of it because it meant a lot to me. This computer would not turn on unless I had the StartMeStick. And right now I'm watching us live, streaming us live on hsn.com. And there is the StartMeStick that's running the entire system. So whether it's a 9-year-old gateway or this one happens to be a 6-year-old Dell, it's going to bring those computers back to life because all you did was take the StartMeStick and pop it into that USB port. And Shannon, this is the first time that we've had the StartMeStick, but it's also the last time we're going to offer it as a lifetime subscription. Normally, this alone sells for $69 for one computer for 1 year. Here at HSN, the StartMeStick is good for a lifetime.
It is indeed. By the way, Beverly, you are so cute. She said, I wish they would make a FixMeStick for people. That might be like the best line ever. And Beverly and Sharon and Annie and Jesse and Rochelle, Annie and Donna, Shady, you guys make me want to cry. You really have been family, especially since this whole crazy time. I haven't been able to see my family. Ooh, get a little emotional. But you know, Joe, we get emotional when it comes to our computers. And I say that because, well, I'll just use myself as an example. Last week, and even though I know better because I've learned from experts like you, I did